1 hour later. A few moments later. One hour later. One eternity later.
Well, welcome everybody. You made it to the end. This is my second time making this wheat wine. I didn't expect a lot of head retention. I had to set up the camera, so it kind of has dissipated, but if I stir it up a little bit, it comes back. So there is head retention on it, and there should be, considering it's a wheat wine. But you also have to consider the fact that it's like, you know, high ABV. So original gravity was supposed to be 1117. I got it to 1112. One thing I'm concerned about is if it's scorched, because I forgot. So here's the deal. In order to get it the gravity that high, it's just not really feasible to do it in the size of the system that I have and the grain it would take. But I did do this in the bigger kettle, so that helped. And you have to basically add DME to bring up your gravity at the end. So that's what I did, but I forgot to turn off the element, so it may have sort of felt like it scorched a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't come through on the beer. Ended at, let's see, it was supposed to be 1021. I ended at 1025. I'm sure some of that is the high ABV. Could be the yeast tolerance, but it's pretty close. So I ended up at 11.9. We could just call this a 12% wheat wine. I was aiming for 12.6, so that's fine. I'm about 0.5% lower, and that's fine. Like I said, it looks fine. It looked fine. Very kind of muddy, reddish from the wheat. Plenty of carbonation from what I can see. I do feel like there's some scorch on the smell. Yeah, I can smell the scorch. It's not terrible. And the average drinker might not even notice it or realize what that is. But since I brewed it, I do know what it is. It's like burnt paper, you know. Let's see if it comes through terribly in the taste. Oh yeah, it definitely does. This is one burnt wheat wine. Damn, that sucks. It sucks because otherwise it's really good, as I remember. But the scorchedness, you can't. Oh, and even now I'm getting acclimatized. I can smell it even more. Damn. Well, that's a bummer. Hard way to learn a lesson, but if you're going to add DME, turn the element off. Because you don't smell it when you're making the beer. You don't smell it when you're making the beer. You don't know until you've pitched it and it's fermenting and you're cleaning your pot and your element looks like it's just caked on, like you'd have to chisel it off. Then you know you scorched it. Oh, it's like a cigarette. It's like a burnt cigarette. Yeah. Damn, I was going to send this to some people too, but Nope. There's no way I'm sending that to anybody. I guess I could save myself the time of canning it, but the good news is the rest of it tastes fine. So the recipe is good. I kind of knew that. I'd made it before in a smaller vessel. So this was a test of the larger pot. But what a bummer. What a bummer. This could have been so good. Gosh. I mean, I'll definitely be making it again. But that's a shame. That's a shame. I wish... I don't know if I'll get to it again before the end of the year. We'll see. Maybe. If I do, I'll obviously be careful of that. But at any rate, don't take this to mean the recipe is bad. Like I said, I've made it before on this channel. The video's in my history on YouTube. If you really want to go back and watch it, same recipe. Just I'd used a bigger pot this time, so I got better efficiency from it. And it turned out good last time, and I can tell that this will be really good if it didn't scorch. It's been a long time since I've done that. So at any rate, watch your DME when you're adding it. And well, I won't cheers you with this, but I'll cheers you for the next one coming. Until then, keep on brewing.